Hey, welcome to the series of everything you need to know about Python in simplest possible way. In our previous video, we have discussed about while loop and for loop. In this video, we will discuss about range function in for loop, how we can use this range function in for loop. So, first of all, what is this range function? So, I will make you understand what is this range function. The range function in Python is used to generate range of values. What does that mean? Let us go ahead and see. I am using this range. I am passing, let's say, a value 10. So what I am getting? I am getting something like this. So to make you understand, this is the values generated between the range 0 to 10. So you are not seeing the values, right? So to let you see, I am passing this range function into a list so that you can actually see the range of values there, right? So I am passing, whenever I am passing this range to the list, I am getting this many number of values which was starting from 0 and ending at 9. So because the last value 10 is not considered in this range function, only the previous value of this last value is only considered. Because of that reason, we are getting the values 0 till 9. So that is okay, that is fine. But what if I wanted to generate a range of values from a specific start value to the specific end value? Not, I don't want to start the values at 0. So let's see how that works. I am generating range of value. Let's say I wanted to start the values from 5 and I wanted to go to the values till 15. We can actually do that by mentioning something like this. So here, by mentioning here, like start is 5 and end stop is 15, it is considered as start and stop. If I execute this, I am getting the starting value as 5 and I am getting the ending value as 15, because this 14, because this 15 is not considered, this is exclusive. So because of that reason, I am only getting till 14. So what if I want the values not in a sequence? I wanted to jump the values. Let's say I want 5. Next, I don't want 6. I want 7. Next, I don't want 8. I want 9. Like this, I want this kind of a jumping of numbers. So to do that, we can actually include that as well. We have something called step. Sorry, we can actually mention that step as well. So I am mentioning range of, I will take the same example 5 to 15. In here, I am mentioning step of 2. So each time it will jump two values. If I print this, I am getting 5, I am not getting 6, I am getting 7, I am not getting 8, I am getting 9. Like this, I am getting all of these values by jumping 2 steps. So these are the 3 parameters we are having in range function. If you just pass single value, it is considered as stop. If you pass 2 values, it will considered first value as start and second value as stop. If you pass 3 values, the first value is considered as start and the second value is considered second value, which is of 15, is considered as stop, and the last value, which is considered as step. So this is fine. I am getting the sequence of values from the lowest number to the highest number. But what if I want in a reverse direction? I wanted to start with the highest number. I wanted to go to the lowest number. How we can do that? We can use this step as a negative value and we can actually go in such way. So like that, I am mentioning starting value as 15 and I am mentioning the ending value as 5 and I am jumping the values maybe -1. We wanted to go in a sequence from 15 to 5. So because of that reason, I am mentioning -1. If I print this using list, I am getting starting value as 15, which is of inclusive value, and I am going till here and I am getting 6. So I am not getting 5, I am getting only 6 because of that reason, because the reason 5 is exclusive. Right, I hope you have understood so far how we can use this range function. So now we will understand we will solve some of the problems using this range, that is using with python with for loop. So how does that work? So let's say I wanted to find the sum of all values that is in the range. Say, let's say I wanted to find some of the values of first n natural numbers. How can I do that? So let us go ahead and see with for loop. We have seen with while loop previous video. We wanted to see it with for loop. So for that reason I am taking as addition is equal to 0. Initially, my addition value is 0. So I wanted to find the natural numbers based on the user input. So because of that reason, I am taking input from the user. I want integer. Because of that reason, I am mentioning integer. Int. I am typecasting it. Enter number. I am asking user to enter a number. So as and when I am getting the number from the user, I wanted to find some of the values, right? So because of that reason, I am using for loop. For in, I am using a range function and I am mentioning number. So how does this works is that it will start from 0 and go till this number. So we have seen previously this like this, right? So in the same way here also works. So now what I am going to do is that I am adding that for I will take this as, let's say, for value. For value in number, I am adding this value with this addition value. So after calculating this addition with all these values, I am just printing the value outside of this loop. If I execute this, it was asking to enter a number. I am giving 4. It was giving the result as 6. The first 10 natural numbers 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is of 6. 1 plus 2, which is of 3. 3 plus 3, which is of 6. This 4 is exclusive. Because of that reason, it was traveling only through 3 only. Because of that reason I am getting this 6. If I mention the value plus 1, in this case I can actually get the correct value as 10. So from it was started with 0 and it was going till 4. So sum of first 4 natural numbers is 10. So like that I am getting this value. So I hope you have understood this program. If not, let me explain once again. So initially I am taking the addition value as 0 and I am reading the input number from the user. So I am iterating through this range of values from starting with 0 and ending with the number of inputs given by the user. So later I am adding these values to addition variable. So at last outside of this loop I am printing this addition. So let me execute this with one more number which is of 10. The value is 55. Sum of 10 natural numbers is 55. So let us extend this problem one more step. Let us take the initial value also from the user and the final value also from the user and try to find the sum of values between these two values, right? So I hope you have understood, and if not, let me make it clear. So I am taking the addition value as 0. I am taking the start value also from the user. So I am taking start number is equal to int input enter first number. I am asking user to enter first number, and I am also asking user, I wanted to ask user to enter the final number also. Int input enter first number. Let us make this as start number, and let us make this also as stop number. So now what I am going to do is that I am iterating through these values. In my range function, I will mention the start value as a start number and the end value as stop number. By mentioning this, I will be starting with a specific value given by the user and I am going to the specific value given by the user. So I will add 1 here because this stop value is exclusive. To make it inclusive, I am adding 1 here. So I will just iterate this through for loop. For value in range, I am starting with this range and I am ending this with. So what I'm going to do is that I am adding all these things to addition. Addition plus equal to value. So at last, after end of this loop, I am printing the addition, whatever the addition that we have got after executing this. So if I execute this, it was asking the first number. So let us start with a very simple number. I am giving it as 1. So it was also asking for the stop number. I am giving as 3. So the first 1 and 3, the values sum is 6. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6, right? So was happened something else. So let us make it clear. So let us execute this with one more example. Let's say I am giving the start value as 4 and I am giving the stop value as, let's say, 20. So the sum is between 4 and 20, which is of 204. So I hope that is correct answer, and that should be correct answer. So we are getting 204, but between the sum of values of start is 4 and stop is 20. So what if I wanted to add these values by mentioning some of the steps? I don't want to add all these values in the sequence. I wanted to jump in the sequence. So we can also mention that as well. So let us not to write the whole code again. I am just taking this code and I will just modify this code a little bit so that we can actually do that as well. So I am reading the step also from the user. I am asking the step number int input enter step number. So I'm asking the step number. So I am mentioning the step number here. So I'm mentioning step number here. If I execute this, it's asking you start number. Let us start with a simple thing which is of 1 and let us mention 4. And the step is I wanted to go with 2. So the result is 2. So the answer should be the how the workflow is like it was started with 1 and it was not take the 2 value, it was stop, it was go till 3 and 4 is ignored. Because of that reason 1 plus 3 we have got 4. Let us execute this with one more example. Let's say I am giving 1 and I am giving 6 and the step value I wanted to give is 2. So I am getting 9. So how does that happen? Start with 2, start with 1 and 2 is ignored. Let's and gone with 3 and 4 is ignored, gone with 5. So 6 is not also included because 6 is not considered. Because of that reason we are summing this value. So 5 plus 3 which is of 8, 8 plus 1 which is of 9, and we are getting the result as 9. So I hope you have found all these things interesting and you have understood all these concepts. This range function, how we can generate a range of values by using this range function, and we have solved some of the problems by using this range function. I hope you have found this video interesting and understood all these concepts explained in this video. If that is true, hit the like button and subscribe for more. In our next videos, we will be solving some of the problems by using while loop, for loop. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.